Hi guys, welcome back to another reaction video and thoughts here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 2 of Chainsaw Man. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me, and feel free to join me in this it seems to be great adventure. Okay, in the previous episode we saw the collapse of Denji and his difficult life, plus we even saw that right now he joins this mysterious woman. Let's see what's going to happen today. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. Wow, I mean, woof. I was saying this yesterday. If she doesn't need you anymore, she's going to get rid of you. No. It's just appearance, my dear. It's part of you. Oh no, a way to corrupt him. She seems to be gentle, but she's not. I mean, she's threatening him already. That's not kindness. Don't be tricked by appearance, Denji. Oh. On the perfect place. Okay. I said it already, yeah. It's part of him, yes, of course. Denji, I don't think that's a happiness, but from your point of view. No, she's not going to betray you from this point of view, but maybe later she can betray you from other points of view. What? Denji, you're becoming a puppet. Come on. He hopes that he says like you. Yeah, because she knows that that's what you wanted to hear. No, she knew that you were waiting for that answer, so you can stay under her. I mean, she's giving you expectations in your mind. Oh no. She's creating this type of a bond so she knows that you will never betray her and you will never leave from her. No, Denji. Even if I understand you, but no. Of course you want, but I don't think that Makima is the right person. Uh, how to make a necktie? Aki. No. She's the boss here. Oh, okay. The painting is the perfect description of what's happening, actually. No, no. These are just lies. Come on. I understand that Denji can't understand these. We can understand that because we are seeing it. She found the perfect prey. Oh my. I was imagining these. Mm. Exactly. It's better if you listen to him. No, but he is giving you a favor for another reason. Yes. Oh. But she will not believe you, I guess. Oh. Oh. He knows very well because his life was always like this. For the first time. Yeah, but you were treated like a normal person by a person who wants to trick you and use you, so that's not real. It's just fake. Exactly, that's just a way to face reality. But from Denji's point of view, it's impossible to understand that. I mean, until he will face it for real. I mean, until Makima will say, I tricked you for all this time. I don't think so. See, Denji's not even listening. I mean. No, Denji. No, Denji, don't hear these sentences in a different way, please. See? You can't run away. You're done, Denji. Did you understand now where you are? No. I don't think so. Oh no. That's the reaction of a person who has never eaten something like this. I think. Yeah, I think. Akin tried to resist. Yeah. They cooperate with the police. Okay. No. It's like a possession. Exactly. Ah, okay, there is a difference actually. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. He didn't even transform. Because there was no need. Ah. It's painful when he does that. Mm. Ah. Because it's his perspective based on what he has experienced so far, so. Denji. No, Denji, that's not the normal life you always wanted to live. No. Yeah, there is something missing because that's the real goal of the normal life. The boobs. No, it's not a proper job, Denji. So now he's going to take it seriously so he can. No, come on. Ah, the girl! Yes, from the trailer! Oh my. Oh. But she doesn't have the facial expression of a devil. Mm. Exactly. Mm. So it's not a proper job, Denji, because everything is still not certain. Okay. No, don't even try, because I think that something bad is going to happen to you. Oh, exactly. That's why they don't have any result. So, Haki, Haki is having his own revenge on this. Oh my. Um, actually, it's true. Whoa! So from her blood, she could make a hammer. Okay, guys, another episode finished. First of all, I wanted to focus on Denji once again because here in this episode, I still feel sad for him, definitely, because he believes that Makima is so sweet to him and that she really cares, that she is doing everything possible to make his dreams come true, that she's interested in him and all these things, while Denji doesn't even understand that all these things are just a way to trick him, that everything is just a lie, is just a fake way to approach him, to convince him of all these things. The result is that she's just putting him in a cage that he can come out from it forever. This is like a curse. I said it already in the previous episode, but now I wanted to remark this once again, because while he thinks that everything is turning into something good, on the other side, everything is turning into a mess that can't let him go out anymore. It's like as if you're going to join some secret society where you are ready to go inside of them, but you know that by going inside you can't go out anymore. Or maybe you believe that you can until you are deep inside these circumstances, and when you realize that you don't like it anymore, you can't go away from it anymore. I feel so sorry for Denji because he's really young, he's really immature. By saying that he is immature, I don't want to criticize him. I just want to say this because he's young and without experiences. We know that the only experiences Denji had was with the bad people, with the people who were using him, and unfortunately, just because of the appearance that Makima has, he doesn't understand that he is just used once again. But in a different way. The fact that Denji doesn't have all these experiences makes you understand how immature he is and how he is really young or innocent to believe to these things, just because he has never had friends, he has never experienced the love at first sight, or the first love, the Hatsukoi, that in Japan is quite important because of the Hatsukoi is the beginning of the feelings that are conveyed towards a partner. So it's something really essential. So Makima, for him, it's like a Hatsukoi, it's just like a first love, but this first love is going to burn him. I think that it's going to hurt him quite a lot, and the fact is that when he will realize these things, it will be too late, because no matter the fact that he will experience things throughout all that time, then the disillusion will happen, and you know that when the disillusion is happening, even the character is feeling lots of pain. The character is becoming so sad and depressed that there's not a good ending. But I hope that in this case, on the contrary, Denji is going to find the strength that he has always had, because even if he is innocent, even if he is quite immature and pretty instinctive as a character, on the other side, I have to say that he's really determined, he is really brave, and I really like this side of his personality, because throughout his life, he had to be strong enough to do things by himself, and he has always had this personal strength that helped him to stay alive and to survive. And we don't have to forget this. I mean, on one side we have to criticize him because he doesn't understand that Makima is using him, but on the other side, if he is putting in his mind a goal, he really wants to reach it, no matter the fact that he wants to reach boobs. Okay, that's another side of the personality of Denji, because by being a young boy, as much as I was telling you yesterday, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, he's young, he has his own impulses, and he's discovering a world that is the world of sex and the world of feeling things towards the person that he is infatuated in. So I think that this is quite normal. Denji is just representing a boy of his age, and this representation is so natural because that's what boys of that age think. They think about the magazines, they think about the boobs, they think about falling in love, they think about sex. And that's his first experience. By looking at Makima, he thought, oh, she is like a goddess in front of my eyes because she's my savior, etc., etc. I like this innocent point of view of Denji, because you remember probably when you were having his same age and you were dreaming of falling in love and you were not so adult enough to experience reality. You were more thinking about your future dreams and to see life on a different perspective. This reminds me, as always, this great contraposition between child and adult, between innocence and experience, when people are too young and they create this fantastic world in which they think that the world is pure, the world is good, nobody can trick you, you are intelligent enough to detect people who are going to trick you or to betray you, etc., etc., or threatening you. Denji is in this phase of his life where he still needs experience to face reality. And that's why even when Aki is talking to him, Denji will never understand his point of view, because Aki is so mature, on the contrary, to see, to understand that there's something wrong, that Denji joined them just because of Makima, just because he really likes the idea of Makima that he has in his mind, that it's not corresponding to reality. And Makima is really cunning as a character. He's really smart because she knows the words that she has to use in order to convince Denji. She knows the tone of the voice to use. She knows the way in which she has to act in front of him to let him portray a version of her that it's fake, that it's not real, because she is just using him with all the method that she knows, especially if she knows that his condition was really bad. And as soon as she heard that he has never had breakfast, for her it was like, okay, I know how to convince him, I know how to trick him, I know how to use him. It's just depending on my will to let him be my pet. Yeah, even from that point of view, that's really disgusting if you think about it. I don't know how old is Makima, but if she's an adult, I mean, if she's 20 or 25 or 22, whatever, I mean, if she's older than Denji, she's just using a boy. And it's like as if she is turning him into a slave. And this child slavery, I mean, this way in which a boy is working for someone that is already an adult, that is a way to use the kids for these purposes. That's disturbing, that's disgusting, but at the same time, it's portraying reality, because in this world, these things are happening. Okay, they are not going to catch devils or demons, but they are working for these bad people who think that they can use people like Denji because they are too fragile to react, because they are not people with experience, because they are easily tricked, and people who are using their power, the fact that they are adult and they can control others, are the worst. So that's why I feel so sad for Denji, because he's not even realizing that Makima is not the Makima he believes that she is. But of course, I also know that Denji one day will understand this, or I hope so, because there should be the moment in which he is realizing that everything that he was creating in his mind is just a sand castle. I mean, and it's going to fade away. That's what's happening when our convictions, when we are too convinced, and this imagination that we have is burnt, and then on the other side you see what reality really is. Talking about these other new character, Aki, I think that he was really right when he was saying, look, I'm going to make you a favor by doing this, by telling you that you have to go away now. Because he really understood that Denji joined not because he has the same purpose as he has, that means to defeat the devils, but to stay next to Makima. So that's pointless, because Makima will never correspond to his feelings, and Aki already knows that Makima's intention was just to recruit someone, but to recruit someone for her purposes only, not because she really cared about Denji. So I appreciate Aki, because that's the typical character that he is saying everything so direct. And he goes straight to the point, he doesn't have sweet words, he knows reality as it is, and he hopes that even other people can see the same reality that he's looking at. He doesn't like people who are just dreaming, or people who are tricked and they don't even think. But if we stay on Denji's side, and if we try to understand his point of view, Denji has never had friends, so that's why he was also replying like this to Aki when he said, look, if I find a nice devil and he wants to be a friend with me, let's be friends, because I don't have friends. He doesn't know what it feels like. I mean, he doesn't know how does it feel to have a friend and to talk to him or to talk to her and to share things together. Yes, he had a friend, he had a Pochita, but then even Pochita was trying to possess him, because Makima is right, Pochita is not gone, he's just inside of you, and he was just possessing you. So Denji is used by everyone here, as much as I was telling you in the previous episode, and while he's feeling happiness, I feel really sad for him, because the way in which he is showing his happiness as if he already reached everything. No, Denji, you didn't reach anything, actually. You still have to start thinking about this normal life you wanted to reach, and you didn't even start it. That's why I think this character is quite original, and I like when main characters are not always the same characters. I mean, the same prototype of the usual character that is perfect, that he knows what he has to do, that he's too mature for his age. No, in this case, we find Denji, who is a young boy who is really immature. And I like this, because when we have to portray the real life, we have to portray it in the best way. And I appreciate what this manga author is doing with Denji, because that's the best way to represent a person who has never had experiences and he thinks that he's touching gold everywhere, when he doesn't understand that it's totally the contrary. That when you think that that's gold, then it might be dangerous too. That's why Denji is not paying attention on what's behind the appearance, but he is just amazed by what he is seeing. I really liked even the scene in which he is eating the toast, because you understand from that scene that toast bread, it's something normal for us. It's just a toast bread, a slice of bread toasted, and on top there's just a jam. But for him, it's like as if it's a piece of gold, because he has never eaten it. I really like that moment and the enthusiasm that Denji is having in front of simple things, in front of things that are so ordinary for us, but for him, they are not, because he has always lived by himself in that dirty place. He has never had a friend, he has never had a person to share a house with, he doesn't know how to behave. Yes, he is like a dog, he is like a pet that has to be instructed, okay? Unfortunately, he is instructed by bad people. I mean, he is instructed by a person like Makima, who really wants to use him as much as that boss from Yakuza wanted to use him in order to defeat demons. There is no difference, it's just the appearance that is different. And that's why Denji has to wake up and understand that there is something wrong here. As much as I was telling you, I really like this innocence of Denji, because we know as adults that we can't go back to that time in which everything seems to be so beautiful, everything seems to be so pure, and nobody can trick you. Come on, the world is beautiful, people are so kind, nobody is going to hit you behind your back. Yeah, that sensation that Denji is feeling is so amazing, because we know that there's no chance for us to come back to that stage, that we will never be able to be this Denji, because we know how the world is cruel and we know how the world can be so bad to us. We are already warned about how the world is, and that's why sometimes we are reacting in front of Denji's reactions as if, come on Denji, don't you understand this? No, he can't. Because when we were having the same age as Denji, we were thinking the same. We were trusting people until we experienced the disillusion. And I feel so sorry, because I know that this moment is coming. I mean, I know that Denji one day will understand. And probably he will also understand all the bad choices he made. And the fact that he didn't realize that he was going towards darkness instead of going towards light. Makima is a character that wants power, that wants to dominate others. But is she hiding a story, a dark story, and maybe that's the reason why she is behaving like that? That's interesting. I mean, I want to know why Makima is behaving like this. I want to know why she's having this attitude towards others. She wants to be the boss. She wants to be superior than others. She wants to decide everything for everyone, and nobody can say no. Does this mean that in her life she received lots of no, and that's her way to protest? I mean, that's her way to rebel to this lifestyle, as much as Aki is doing, because he's having his personal revenge every time he is killing a devil or a demon, whatever. He is feeling pleasure because he knows what happened to his family, so that's a way to have his personal revenge, right? Is Makima experiencing the same thing? Did something bad happen to her life? And that's why now she wants to be the boss and all the others have to stay under her? Usually people who want to be a boss and nobody can say no and nobody can say his or her own opinion reveals the fact that that character is really fragile. That's why I'm saying, what if Makima is really fragile instead, and she is just playing the role, as much as she's playing the role of the kind of person in front of Denji, but what if she's playing the role of the boss when she's really fragile instead? That's a nice characteristic that I wanted to investigate a little bit. But of course I don't appreciate the fact that she's using Denji for her own purpose, even if, even in that case, she is just representing something that is happening even in the real world. There are people who are using others because of their own interests, so it's not something scandalous. I mean, it's not something that it's not happening in the real world, and that's why I'm not surprised at all. But I just want that Denji is waking up, and even if he can't go away from it, I mean, he can't go away from this context, because Makima was clear. Yes, she said, I wanted to be clear with you, and then you can choose what to do. Now I save you, and the only thing you can say is yes, and you have to act like a dog. And then she said, yes, okay. I mean, I wanted the breakfast, because he chose it in the previous episode, so there's no turning back. He made his choice, but the problem is that an unexperienced boy made a choice. So he was automatically tricked, and Makima knew that. I mean, she could have imagined that she could rule on him, and that's why the result is where we are now. Yeah, I really like this story. Once again, I wanted to say this because it's just portraying something that it's actually real. And I like when authors are going deep inside the characters, and through scenes they are showing you how they are and their evolution, because it helps you understand where you stay. I mean, you stay on the side of Denji, you stay on the side of Makima. Okay, right now I stay on Denji's side because he is so fragile and he needs help from people who really care about him. Even when he was talking about love and he wants to experience love, and Makima, in his opinion, she likes him, and no, it's not true. But we understand how much he is hungry. I mean, he is hungry because he wants to experience a lot. He wants to bite life, let's say. Yeah, I like all characters. Now we have to discover more about Power. But she's pretty energetic. Yes, definitely. And at the same time, I like her because maybe by staying next to her, Denji can experience another vision that it's different from the usual vision that he's having of the world right now. She is not a devil, she's not a human being, she is something in between, because she was possessed, and I mean the devil inside of her predominated on her, but not 100%. Even Denji is a little bit like this, because even if Power has the horns, anyway, she seems like Denji, so probably they can find some things in common. Let's see, I'm curious. Last but not least, I wanted to say that I don't know the manga, so I don't know if they are following precisely everything that is said in the manga. But I have to appreciate this story even for the tones of the colors, especially in the first episode. Yes, I rewatched it. But even in this episode where darkness seems to go away for a little bit, and in fact you see everything that is so colorful. I mean, it's like as if Denji is opening his eyes to a new world. Yes, it is. Denji, be careful, because sometimes what it's shining, it's hiding something. So just be careful and try to see things in a different way if you can. Otherwise, we have to wait until you will be able to do so. Okay guys, thank you so much for the support. See you tomorrow with episode 3 of Chainsaw Man. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. Bye guys, see you in the next video.